So we are live with Mr. Nisar Ahmed. Mr. Nisar Ahmed just cleared PMP from center, and interestingly, this is the first time that I'm recording someone's journey, but we still haven't received the report. So I cannot say that it's all above target, one above target. One thing is for sure, he cleared the exam, and my hunch is that the way he has prepared and he has passed the exam, it will be 100% all above target. Ibrahim is the first PMP of 2022. Abhishek, Mr. Kisam Khan. For one of my student, Palisa. Anirudh, we have Jangir with us. Ali, Abhilash, Sabir, Asad, Yo Manish, Abhishek, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Amir, Alvin, Neha, Mr. Raju, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Amana, Uzair, Said, Dash, Gulam, Muhammad, Aarti, Pawan, Tariq, Iqtidar, Numan, Mandar, Muazzam, Niju, Abraham, Wasim, Ahmed, Janjua, Aj, Usman Khan, Afzal Ali. So here we have my 100 certified PMP in 2022. So that was the story till 100 certified PMP. Now the story is moving forward. So Nisar sir, first of all, congratulations for
Thank you very
becoming
much.
certified PMP. I'm extremely happy that we are able to achieve this. So
Yeah,
Nisar sir, can you share your journey, the entire journey, if you may?
yeah. Actually, as we were discussing earlier, that I was studying the material since long for last more than 5 6 years, but I never been able to appear for the exam. And thanks to a bundle of thanks to you that within a month after getting the training from you and your coaching, I would say I would use the word coach for you, because you don't only train but you make sure the results are delivered. I mean, especially after the training, your follow-ups or very strong follow-ups that helped me to get it done within a month. Otherwise, as I just mentioned, that I have been trying since long, but haven't been able to do that. So it was just matter of the month with under the coaching of a someone that like you. So that's what I would say.
Thank you very much, Nisasa, for adding that thing that our coaching has helped you in becoming certified PMP in the minimum possible time. So why don't you share the entire batch thing, guys? I'm just turning my video off. I have some internet lag here. So, Mr. Nisar, can you please share the entire 6 days journey and then can explain the entire thing? You have seen a lot of journeys, so you know that how things work. Please.
Yeah, I think that was very precise and training that was covering each and every area. Like during the exam, and I haven't found any of the question which was related to the area which we haven't covered actually during those 6 days, and especially the mind map activity exercises. They were really great. That helped to understand the overall flow, how the processes are integrated with each other, and so I think that was the excellent training. Like that was just matter of 6 days if conducted in a great way.
6 days conducted in a great way. And after the training, now that's the most important part. Even I was just making my promotional video for the next batch. I was saying the post coaching services. So how that was divided, especially for a person like you, the busy
Yeah,
schedule. You are a
yeah,
very busy schedule person.
yeah. These days, especially after some changes in my role, so I was quite busy. But I managed to take the time out because I had to. Honestly speaking, I would say that I have to answer you on the daily basis what I have achieved. So, if I am not sharing my status for a day, then you are sending the message. Okay, what you were supposed to do, have you done that? So I was spending couple of hours, 3 to 3 hours on the daily basis, in general. So, and sometimes like doing the complete mocks, I have to stay awake till 2 a.m. On a particular days as well. But that was all I would say, that your strong follow-ups and your coaching that
Worth
was
it.
forcing me to
So the most
get.
important thing is it was worth it. You see,
Yeah,
it's
definitely,
all
definitely.
it
That's
all
the
comes
most
down
worth thing.
Yeah, it all comes down to this thing that you have been trying to, since you are guys, for everyone who is listening to this video, let me share something. Most people come with a little bit experience and want to become at a high promotional or these things. Mr. Nisar is already working, I would say, at a program level, if not anything else
Yeah, at
above.
a program level.
So
Yeah.
yeah, at a program level, so he already had the experience, and that's what I always say. If you want something to be done, give it to a busy person, and that busy person will make sure that that thing is done. And that is exactly what Mr. Nisar have shown us, that although he is extremely busy, he has so many things to do, but he kept on working, he kept on moving, and finally the result is there. It was his hard work, it was his consistency. And let me put it this in a plain words for every single aspirant. So you have a lot of congratulations. I'll come back to that. From Nisar, from Usman Khan, my co-facilitator, from Surinder, you, from your batchmate, he will be becoming
Yep.
certified very soon. So consistency is the key. As Mr. Nisar was just pointing out, he got a message from me, and that was something that he took it very seriously. He worked on it, and that helped us in making him certified PMP. Let's talk about few things. Many students are having problems in few things. I want to ask about those things. So, Nisar sir, first of all, how much important is doing root cause analysis?
I think that's the most important thing. The day you told me and I started doing that, that's the most important thing I would say, because you should know that if you are giving some answer, then what's the reason behind that? That helps to eliminate, that helps to understand why this answer is correct and why, because a few of the things, at least two of the answers are very close to each other. So unless we do the root cause analysis, we can't start thinking in a way that helps us to eliminate that what's the best option, what's the best answer for that question. So I think that's the most important thing. I would rate
Okay.
it on the top, I would say.
Now many people are asking me this question, and I really am fascinated by whenever I want to answer this question. How to increase your score? If someone is getting 55, what was your scores in those 50 questions?
The 50 score, mostly I remember it was 70 to 75%, and in few it was 80% as well.
Okay. So, what do you think? How can we increase the score if your score is getting less, 60 or 65? What way
Root
you will
cause, I think root
that
cause analysis.
that's
That's
an
the point.
important thing I want to
Yeah,
put it there.
yeah,
Detailed root cause analysis on Excel
exactly.
file, so that it takes time, right?
Yep.
It is time
Yeah,
consuming.
exactly.
Yes. Now many students like they are saying to me that it is time consuming. Guys, here's someone in front of you from batch two. He took his time. He's a busy professional. Even I asked him to book exam yesterday. That was Friday. Today is Saturday, and his line was, "Amir, can I do it on Saturday? Because I don't want that when I'm going to center, I get a call and I get busy there, distracted there, because this is happening a lot to me." So I agreed to him on a principle this thing. Okay, I agree with that, but from Friday afternoon, once we had the call, you are gonna turn your mobile off, and you are not gonna take any office time, because I want to be that he stays in that particular zone. No, because being a program manager means you have to face thousands of things at any particular time, and he's working in Netsol, one of the global organization. So that means it can always lead to some conflicts or some things that can put him out of his zone. So root cause analysis is the most important thing. Nisar, how many coaching calls did you attend?
I think probably 4 or 5. Actually, due to the busy schedule, I wanted to attend more, but I could only attend, I think, 4 or 5.
So, if you missed the coaching call, were you watching that coaching call later on YouTube or recorded one?
Honestly speaking, didn't get chance because for last 2 3 weeks I was fully occupied.
Hmm.
Whatever time I was getting, I was just focusing on the questions which you provided to solve. So
Okay.
before
So,
earlier
but
than that, I was doing that.
yeah, but you kept on doing your root cause analysis, right? You
Yep,
kept
yep.
on doing
That's it.
the root cause analysis. You kept on moving forward to see how things are and how you can do that, right?
Yep, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Okay,
let's talk
earlier I
about.
attended the coaching calls. I think they are also very fruitful. If I think we should try to spare some time to attend those coaching calls because those also help to understand how the questions will be solved, how the question should be first at the first, how the question should be read, and then how it should be solved, and how a root cause analysis is done. I would highly
Okay.
recommend that everyone should
Okay.
join the coaching
Okay.
course.
Okay. So this is a very important thing. How do you work into this thing and how you work into that? Let's talk about those 50-50 questions. How were they important in understanding the exam content?
I think every question was worth, because it was helping me to at the start I had to refer back to my notes sometime, that so it was giving me a directions that how should I study, and what I have studied but I'm not remembering something. So those questions were really worth for me to start with, that helped me to set a base, which helped me to solve the further questions and moving forward at the end for the PMP exam.
Okay, okay. Now talking about those people and process mocks, because many students, while they are solving the questions, they're always asking me this, that we are lagging in time, and I always says that does not matter. When we go to the simulator, that will help. So what do you think about that thing? That while you are doing 50-50 question, should we focus on the time, or we should let it be for the simulator?
I never focused on the time at start. What I was doing that in the starting the 50-50 questions, my more focus was on the root cause analysis. So I was just selecting the, like, taking the question, answering, then putting in the Excel sheet that why did I choose A, B, C, or D? What was the reason, and why did I eliminate the other ones? So this way it helped me to increase my pace in the later on. So later on, I just have to quickly see, okay, this is the answer. And after the exam is done, then I used to do the root cause analysis, whatever questions were wrong or I had a confusion on, that what was the reason behind that.
Hmm, hmm. So that's an important thing how you do that. Okay, let's talk about little bit more about now exam. So you booked the exam in center. We booked on Thursday, na? Thursday
Yeah,
or
we
everything
booked on
was,
Thursday.
yeah,
Yeah, booked on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Guys, this is called speed. So we booked on Thursday and Saturday we are certified. So you booked in the center. How was the center for you?
It was not bad. Actually, today was the Saturday, so there were not many people. The staff was not even complete there. So my exam was 30 minutes delayed. But anyhow, it was very good and quite calm and peaceful because no one was there. So I was alone in the room. So it helped me to stay focused on the questions. And
Okay,
in general, I
okay,
would rate it's a good. It's not bad.
okay,
It's a good.
okay, okay. So, how did you manage that time in exam? That is one of the most important thing that even last night we discussed,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
questions, how long the questions were?
Mostly the question in my exam were 3 to 4 lines or less. Very few questions were more than that,
Three
like
to four.
5 or 6.
So
Yeah,
that PMI is actually checking everything with each student and working on now to see how things are moving, and they're checking with every single student, right?
that might be the case. But for me, there were the 3 to 4 lines questions
Three to
mostly.
four lines. Can
Yeah.
you share that time management? How did you manage time?
Yeah, I think that was very fruitful what we discussed yesterday, and you guided me on. Initially, for the first 60 questions, my target was 80 minutes, and when I started, I was a little worried because the questions were unexpectedly taking more time. Because in the
Hmm.
mocks, I was able to complete quite early. Uh, I was a little worried that I might be able to complete exactly in 80 minutes or maybe a few minutes more, but fortunately, I was able to complete it in around 72 or 73 minutes. And
Okay.
the next 60 questions, the target was
Before that,
75 minutes.
you
Yeah.
took the 10 minutes break.
Yeah, I took the 10 minutes break, breathing exercise, just took some chocolate, drank some water, just walked outside for a couple of minutes, and then came back. Then started the next part. The target was 75 minutes. Again, I completed in around 65, 66 minutes. Again, I took a 10 minutes break, repeated the same what I did earlier in the break. And then in the third part, that was also completed around 60 to 65 minutes. So in general, I completed in 210 minutes. I mean, 20 minutes were remaining when I completed my
When
exam.
Okay, okay. Guys, if you have any question that you want to ask Mr. Nisar Ahmed, here we have Mr. Nisar Ahmed who cleared PMP like 30 minutes ago, and 30 minutes was the time it took him to come from center to home to basically share his journey. So you can ask question, put it in the chat box. You are at LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you are, put your question in the chat box, and we will make sure that Mr. Nisar answer those questions. Okay, Mr. Nisar, so which area of the exam was most important for you?
I would say most of the questions were related to agile, and definitely actually every area was touched. I can't name any specific area. Most of the questions were related to agile, but procurement, stakeholders, communication, people, processes, everything was there. Even the
Everything.
closing of the project, moving to the operations. There's a few of the questions were related to like handing over to the operations, something like that. That was
Did
also there.
you did you enjoy while solving the questions?
Yeah, I found it comparatively easy after solving the mocks. In the mocks, I found the questions more difficult, but today I was feeling either the questions are easy, I am more prepared, I don't know, but I found it comparatively easy.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that my method works, and now things are becoming easy. If the
Yeah,
things were would have been otherwise difficult, then that would have been a entirely different thing. But now
yeah,
things were easy, so I'm happy for that. That the exam was because you were all well prepared. Let me just share few things. 50 question multiplied by 13. You solved 600 that question. 60 into 10, 12. So
yep.
600, 720,
720. Yep,
1200 that. Then 180 into 6,
yeah.
almost 1000 plus. So you solved
1080. Yep.
2500 plus questions. 2500. The interesting and the beauty is this: I give it in a Kanban, so you don't feel it. If I
Yeah,
say it to anyone, you are gonna do 2000 questions, they say, no, I'm not
yeah,
gonna become PMP.
exactly.
But I give it to you. I'm a big believer. How do you eat an apple? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, one bite at a time, and you keep on doing it. Even I don't compress thing, I just use Kanban because we teach Kanban. I provide Kanban, and you did it in that way. So let's take some questions. Surinder is saying congratulations. Talha is also your batchmate, saying
Yep.
congratulations. Almi,
Thanks, everyone.
batch 3. Sabir Jamil, my co-facilitator, saying congratulations, Nisar Saab. Surinder, your batchmate, has asked a question. Any formula question? First, would you like
Uh,
to ask?
yeah, there were few, but I don't have to do much many calculations. That was comparatively simpler. I mean,
Simple.
even without using the any paper, I was able to do that. Although I used the paper, but there were not many tough questions.
Okay. So next thing, in the multiple choice question, were there like multiple options? Choose three, four, something like that.
Yeah, there were questions related to that in which I have to choose two options, and in few of the questions, like three options.
Two option, three.
Maximum was 30.
Okay. What about drag and drop? Where you need to drag
Yeah,
and drop.
there were a
How
couple
many?
of questions. There were a couple of questions. I think two or three questions were related to that in which I have to drag and drop.
Which section was most difficult? First, second, third.
I think all of them were equal. I didn't find anything, I mean,
That's
out of the
beautiful.
way difficult.
That's beautiful. Sundela, she's also a software engineer in one of the software houses. So she's asking any graphical chart question. She will be becoming certified soon.
Yeah, there was one question.
Hmm.
But again, it was not very difficult,
Yeah.
straightforward, and a very simple one.
Straightforward question. But there was like, if I put it that there was multiple choice question with
Yeah,
multiple option. Of course, single option were majority.
yeah,
There were drags and drop, and then there was one graphical question. So everything in a bigger picture was covered in the exam,
yeah,
and as you highlighted, everything in the exam was there. So that's a very beautiful thing I
yeah,
would put in the context. If you are becoming PMP, now PMP exam is covering every single thing that you
yeah.
need to do, right?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. It
Okay.
can't be a selective study.
It can. You have to follow my road. How
Yeah,
important
yeah.
that checklist was?
The roadmap which you shared.
Yes, yes, the checklist that
Yeah,
was
I
mentioned.
think that I would say just follow that roadmap, and the roadmap you define after those coaching calls. I don't think it should take more than 2 to 3 weeks.
Well
Why
done.
I have taken 1 month, because I was busy with other stuff. I was
Yeah.
unable to. And
Even
one more thing I would add here, that you need to leave every other thing, like the social usage of the social media and all that stuff, which I did for 1 week. For sorry, not one week, for 1 month. I was away from everything, just doing my office work. As soon as I get free, and I just was following your roadmap. That's
yeah,
it.
it is, you see now, it's all the number game. You have the
Yep.
same time of attention. You can
Exactly.
watch movies, you can go with the friends, or you can give Amir Ali 2 to 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and that's your choice. Either you become join another program, take 1 year, 2 years, as Mr. Nisar was saying, taking 8 years to come into the right direction, or come here and become certified in 1 month. Okay, Nisar Sahab, let's talk about the most important thing. What is your final advice to all PMP aspirants? And before you answer that, guys, if you have any question, we are approaching to the end. Put it in the chat box so that we can get it from Mr. Nisa. Please, sir.
Yeah. The first of all, during those 6 days training, stay attentive, because everything is covered there. There is nothing which is not covered in those 6 days. So if you find anything that is out of the syllabus, I would say that we have missed that from those 6 days. Actually, we were unattentive for some of the time. One thing. And second thing, following your roadmap. And during those 6 days, stay attentive and put focus on preparing the mind maps and the assignments given by you. Those 5-10 minutes are very important to summarize the whole knowledge. And afterwards, just stay focused on the roadmap or solving the question step by step, doing the root cause for each and every question.
Doing the
I
root
mean,
cause,
if,
doing
yeah,
the root cause analysis becomes the most important thing,
I would
right?
say, I would say.
Okay, okay. Doing the root cause analysis become the most important thing. Okay.
And
So how
responding to
much?
your messages and taking them very serious. That's the most important. If you take it serious, then I don't think that someone should take more than 2 weeks to get certified PMP.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, another question from Sindhila. How much focus was on the tools and technique parts?
Well, during the I was little scared about the few of the tools or the like the techniques which are used, Pareto charts and all that stuff. But fortunately, there were not many questions in this regard. Actually, there were the conceptual and the situational questions. They were not asking that which tool you will use to do this thing. Most of the questions were, what will you do during this situation?
Situational
So,
question. More
yeah,
of the
situation.
questions were targeting the situation that you
Yeah,
are in a particular situation, how you are going to cater that situation,
yeah,
what are
exactly.
the things that is needed in this particular situation, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
of
That was,
course, exam was people dominated and agile dominated, right?
yeah, yeah.
Stakeholder communication team and
Communication. Yeah,
agile.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Zaga, my certified PMP, is saying congratulations.
Thank you,
So a lot
thank you,
of
everyone.
congratulations from you, Juma. I mean PM already PMP, ACP, uh, black belt, saying congratulations. Mubashir Beg will be becoming certified soon, saying congratulations. And I am
Thank you,
sure
everyone.
as soon as you get your certificate, I guess the email will arrive in few hours. So do check the email or go to the PMI dashboard, and then when you will put, I will put more and more congratulations will be in order. So thank you very much, Nisar Sahab. Now becomes the second most important thing. Each one, teach one is the game. You
Sure.
being a program manager in at your organization, you are already doing that. I'm sure
Yeah,
you are already helping other people. But there are two forms of teaching one. One is giving the right direction, as Mr. is one. Your project senior project manager in Nexo gave
yeah,
you, and you came here and you become
yeah,
certified PMP. That is the first part and very important part, that you share other people how they can become the certified PMP. Secondly, guiding yourself. Once you put it there, many people are gonna ask you. So I highly recommend that you help them, assess them how you can do that. And most importantly, your batch students, your
yeah,
batch fellows. So they will be joining you,
yeah,
they will be
yeah.
asking you. So please do help them. And of
Sure.
course, I
I
will
will.
be in contact with you how to continue use those 60 PDUs you need to earn to maintain the certificate. I will be coming
Yeah,
that. But each one teach one is the mantra. But that comes later. Today is Saturday. It's a weekend. It's a
Yeah.
coincidence. It's a weekend. Now it's 4:13, I guess, in Lahore.
Yeah.
So after that, I would highly recommend 1 month for job and PMP. You did not even that much time to family and
Yeah.
kids. Take them to a good dinner, maybe.
Yeah.
It's time
Definitely.
to
Definitely.
celebrate. As
Yeah.
you know, the last step of the project is celebration.
Celebration. Yeah.
Without celebration, the project is an incomplete. So please do take them. And your
Sure.
first PMP of batch two is saying congratulations on
Thank
mind
you,
map
sir.
master. So guys, thank you very much for joining. Just to put in the context, our next batch is starting on 15th of April. So if you haven't taken that training, join that program. And as Mr. Nisar is saying, become certified in 1 month, the average effort, and you can get it in 2 or 3 weeks. Or you can contact me anytime on number given and become certified the one-to-one mentor program. Thank you, Nisar Saab. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
And
much for your coaching and guidance.
thank you, sir. Best of luck for future endeavor.
Thank you.
Assalam.
Thank you. Well.
Ibrahim is the first PMP of 2022. Abhishek, Mr. Hisam Khan, one of my student Palisa. Anirudh, we have Jangir with us. Ali, Abhilash, Sabir, Asad, Manish, Abhishek, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Amir, Alvin, Neha, Mr. Raju, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Amana, Uzair, Said, Rash, Ghulam, Muhammad, Aarti, Pawan, Tariq, Iqtidar, Numan, Mandar, Mosam, Niju, Abraham, Wasim, Ahmed, Janjua, Aj, Usman Khan, Afzal Ali. So here we have my 100 certified PMP in 2022.